It's extremely hilly. It goes up and down the whole time. It's the border. That's why the border is there, because it's hilly. I'm Jessica, the Fietsvlogger, Dutch for bicycle vlogger. Together with singer-songwriter Paul O'Brien, I'm cycling from Derry to Dundalk, all along the border between Northern Ireland and Ireland. Within our bike bags, a violin and a guitar. Along the way, we will meet many people who grew up in the borderland.
This borderline goes up and down, crossing rivers, crossing towns. This borderline goes up and down as we roll through town.
We first take the plane from the Netherlands, bringing my idworx bike in a box. Paul will rent an e-bike in Ireland. The bike arrives in a perfect shape, so we head straight to Derry, where the adventure starts. I'm in Derry in Northern Ireland. Behind me is the Peace Bridge, and for the next 2 weeks I will be following the border between the Republic and Northern Ireland up the whole way to Dundalk, together with Paul O'Brien, singer-songwriter, and he's bringing his guitar and I'm bringing my violin. And we're going to meet loads of people, see a beautiful landscape, I guess, and also have a lot of fun. Derry is an old walled city, covering both banks of the River Foy. Unfortunately, it was severely affected by the Troubles, a conflict from the 60s till the late 90s. Between the Unionists, mostly Protestants, and Republicans, mostly Catholics. The Unionists want Northern Ireland to remain in the United Kingdom, while the Republicans believe in a united Ireland. In the Buckside area we meet singer-songwriter Vincent Strongs, who lost his cousin during Bloody Sunday. On the 30th of January 1972, British soldiers shot 26 unarmed civilians during a protest march.
You see the second row down? The third one over, that was my cousin. He was shot, he was killed. I think he was about 15 or something like that, you know, when he was shot.
And what age were you?
21, 22 or something like that. And we got a list of the people that were killed. Right? I read the sheet, his name was on it. And I didn't even realise that his name was on it. You know, it was just so much. You know, it was hard to take in, you know.
Yeah.
People never get over that, you know what I mean?
No.
It'll never go away.
Will we ramble down to the Free Derry corner?
I'm on, if you jump on me and I'll take you right. I live just up there, a bit there. See all these flagpoles? And that's where the graves are now, you know. See the top one there?
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
And that's your cousin. You knew most of them.
I know nearly every one of them.
Yeah.
Graveyard town,
2 of them were killed.
looking down. Along the river, at Butcher's Gate, new lovers wait. Love flows forever.
It's a real pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, thank you.
These walls we
Going to jump
walk,
on the bikes.
these
We're
walls
cycling
can
up to
talk.
Dundalk, but we have 2 weeks. So.
We have 2 weeks to do.
Bye!
Bye.
Sad tales to tell.
After this momentous encounter, it's time to jump on the bikes. Over the next 2 weeks we will follow different cycling routes. The routes 92, 95, 91 and 9. They all cross the border between Northern Ireland and Ireland plenty of times. We want to enjoy the landscape, but also get to know the people a bit more. What was it like to grow up in the borderland? And what is it like now? Paul is from Dublin and lives in the Netherlands. I'm from the Netherlands, but lived in Ireland for a while. Paul will be writing songs. You've already heard a few. Good morning! I'm in Strabane. We stayed in this apartment here, and now we're heading into the direction of Pettico. On the lakes, it will be pretty hilly today. It's going up and down, pretty steep. And we're going to cross the border a few times. 53 kilometers. Do you wanna get a gun before we go?
It'd be handy to pick one up, wouldn't it?
Because we basically stayed above the gun shop.
Just gonna pop in and pick up something.
On the bridge in Clady, yeah?
Yeah, Clady.
On the bridge.
On bridge number 57.
The fin here is the border between the Republic and Northern Ireland.
Yep. When the partition came about in 1922, they decided to use the old geographical borders, but they weren't ideal because where we cycled yesterday and today in East Donegal, it's quite Presbyterian. They would have been wanted to have belonged to the Union. While we're heading over now to Clady and Strabane, and they're towns that actually would prefer to have been part of the Republic. Both areas are on the wrong side of the border in actual fact.
And we're going to meet a singer here, yeah, in the Smuggler's Inn.
Yep, we're going to meet Rita Gallagher. Now she lives on the Republican side of the border, and she's going to cross this bridge to meet us in the Smuggler's Inn to sing a few songs in Northern Ireland.
Hi. Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hello, Jessica and Rita.
Is there a particular singing style from around here?
I wouldn't think so, no, because I mean, I just sing the way I sing. A lot of people would regard it more as kind of Fermanagh, a highly ornamental style, funnily enough.
You knew Thomas she was a bit.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
gorgeous man.
I lived in Galway for a few months, and then I watched him play there.
Yeah,
It's
it
really
was lovely. I'll sing a very poetic translation of An Wajan Wara by Paddy Tunney, and he translated 3 verses of it. I believe there are about 5 in it altogether. I love the translation and I love the air of the song, so I just learned that song. I'll try that. It seems you've withered and forsaken sport. The snow wreaths higher along the port. Your mouth mellifluous and your ringlets gold. Your weary Mary Kinney and the urn is cold.
We continue our journey through County Tyrone and County Donegal, crisscrossing the border and facing the first serious hills. It's a bit rainy, but we have the perfect gear. Made it! Made it to the top. It doesn't look so steep from on the camera, but see, Paul is very excited he made the hill. Huh? You're excited? You made the hill?
Yeah.
Hello!
I'm very impressed.
You made the hill. You made the hill.
Yep. Now I'm impressed. You made a hill.
Oh,
I had a little help.
just slowly going up
I had
and
a little
listen
help from Norman.
to songs. Now we go down to Castle Derk. Castle Derk?
Yeah.
Castle Derk? Really hard. It's just like climbing. One more. Made it. I'm staying tonight. I'm staying in a dome. It's well, you can really see the stars from here, so hopefully it's going to be bright. This is called Fietsvlogger. Fietsvlogger. Jumping in the sauna. Oh, there's a cow. Oh. Good night. I'm pretty hungry after yesterday's ride. Today we're going to Belleek. We're following the Kingfisher trail. That's all along the lakes. That's what we're going to follow for the next few days. So Tommy Peoples is from St. Johnson?
Yeah, St. Johnson.
And that's mainly, well, it used to be mainly Protestant town, yeah?
The townland is fairly Protestant, yeah, and in Donegal.
And Tommy Peoples is, he became very famous for traditional music.
Yeah, he played with the really big bands in the 70s when you had the big surge of interest in traditional music. The Butty Band, for example, he started out with them.
And then he also composed some own tunes.
Yep.
That are a bit different than usual. They're sometimes a bit almost like classical. They sound almost like classical music.
Yeah.
And I love his tunes. Yeah. So there's this Tommy Peoples jig.
Yep.
I'm not sure though if he wrote it. But I'll look it up.
Lovely tune.
Sweater time. We have reached the Fermanagh Lakelands. The Kingfisher Trail winds through bogland with lakes and forests towards the village Belleek. The name Belleek derives from its Gaelic name Belleek, literally meaning the mouth of the flatstones. Gaelic is the original Celtic language of the Irish, still spoken in some areas. We arrived in Belleek, which is pretty touristic because of this pottery. The tour buses here are just coming in and out. It's on the River Erne, which is the border here between Ireland and Northern Ireland. In 1849, John Caldwell inherited a castle nearby, and then after the famine he decided to create more employment for his tenants. He was actually an amateur mineralogist, and he did a survey of the ground in this whole area, and then he found out that it has all the materials that you need to make pottery with. And then he started this factory. Till today, everything is done by hand. So we're going to have a look inside and see how they do that. And it still creates a lot of employment.
Generations of families would have worked here in this factory. Belleek Pottery was always a great support, and obviously to the local community and families and all of that, yeah. The paid here is called piecework. They're all paid by the number of pieces they make. We'll go to join Ray down here.
Hanging ornament. It's just a sugar bowl. This is the lid. I have to join this little piece. After about 30 seconds, take off the excess. And that's the same process for everything, even more complicated pieces. Like that's all I'm sticking in there. That's very simple. But if you're making all the big statues and figurines, it's the same way.
It's the same way.
Yeah.
And how long did it take to make those 2 pieces?
These are all very quickly made. This here is a cast time of about 3 minutes. So I would pour one of these. 3 minutes later, you take it out.
Yeah.
And probably you're talking about, what did that take me there? 2 minutes? It's about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But you would make a lot of them together. You wouldn't just make this and then go into something else. I'd have a big run of things.
And how many pieces during a day?
On average, 100.
Whoa, what makes the work interesting for you?
Your day passes very quickly because you're fighting against the clock. You're trying to get everything done. You're always on the go and you're always thinking about your next piece and what you're going to do. I've worked in other areas in here and the day goes in really, really slowly because you're looking at the time and you're going, oh, is it only 12 o'clock? But in here it's different. It's psychologically different. Before you know it, it's home time and you're away. So I like that.
Yeah.
The variety
That's
of work
good.
as well.
Yeah.
It's good, you know, it's different stuff.
Because
all
you're
the
so
time.
concentrated by making everything.
You're just in your little world of your own.
Before you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's all painted by hand, so no 2 pieces will ever be identical.
So you can see now on this piece that the shamrocks are actually in the mould. You see them?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Same on the other side. Now a lot of the pieces are freehand as well, you know, but this will make it a bit easier. So now it is just like painting little hearts. So it's just 2 little strokes like that. Same again until you get the 3 meeting each other. So a little heart. There's your shamrock. That's it. Easy as that.
Well, yeah.
No problem.
When things look easy, they never are.
No, you can have a wee go anyway.
First we have to find the shamrock. How many do you do a day?
Oh gosh, you could paint anything up to 300 to 400 pieces a day, depending on the work that's on it. You know, so we do work on quite a variety of different things. You know, you're not sitting doing the same thing all day. That's it.
Nice, thank you.
Perfect.
I have to practice a little bit more.
A wee bit more practice.
You've done a great job.
Thank you.
You can put your initials on it.
For my 2 shamrocks.
Where are you from?
The Netherlands.
Oh, lovely.
He's Irish.
So you're turned round, or you're?
Yeah, we're cycling actually.
Oh, very good.
From Derry to Dundalk.
Really?
Yeah.
Very good. I hope you get the weather now.
We've been lucky
So far it's been okay.
Well, yeah, I think it's to be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want
It
it,
looks
too hot
okay.
either.
It looks okay. So.
Well, there's no rain in the forecast, so I think
it
you'll be
looks
all
good.
right till you get to Dundalk.
Somebody told us today though that Fermanagh is the wettest county.
Oh, you couldn't be in a wetter point. Hey, that's why it's so green.
That's why it's so green.
More hills to come. I put on some fast music and go for it. Ga je sneller van trappen.
They say this road is mostly flat, but that's just chat. It's more than that. They say this road is mostly flat, but that's just chat, you see. There'll be lumps and bumps along the way, wind and rain, dogs that stray. They say this road is mostly flat, but that's just chat, you'll see.
It's extremely hilly. It goes up and down the whole time, like up, down, up, down. It's challenging, to say the least. I sent my partner a text and saying, "Gee, it's hard," and he's Irish, and he said, "What did you expect? It's the border. That's why the border is there, because it's hilly, so the border is on the hills." Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You don't make enough speed when you're going down that you can go up. It's just like it goes up and then it goes like kind of straight and then down and straight and then up. So I'm kind of in my granny gear and slowly going up. I've got my bike, which is not electric. Paul has an electric bike, and he's carrying a lot of my stuff now, so that's good. Because of course I also have the violin and all my gear. So, but yeah, it's very beautiful here, and just taking the time for a picnic in between the cows and the sheep. It's so cute. Enjoying your picnic, Paul?
Yep, certainly am. I'm in good company.
You sometimes have that, like you climbing a hill and you almost fall asleep.
This borderline goes up and down, crossing rivers, crossing towns. This borderline goes up and down as we roll through town. Such a lot to see and do, but all the time we're just passing through. This borderline goes up and down as we roll through town.
Now we're in the Republic, and that's why it says 80 kilometers an hour instead of miles. We're crossing the border so often that I just don't know where we are, and then I see the cars because they have different registration plates, and I see all the yellow ones and I'm like, oh, we're in Northern Ireland. So I mean, it's all pretty much the same, just the surface changes sometimes. It tends to be better in Northern Ireland. Just spend a bit more money on the roads, I guess. But the sheep and the cows, pretty much the same. The Irish people, pretty much the same. There we go! We continue our journey towards the village of Belleek. We'll meet Margaret Gallagher, who lives off the grid in her cottage, Molly Lusty. She has no running water or electricity.
How are you?
Hello.
Margaret, it's Jessica.
Hello,
Jessica.
Go on ahead,
Jessica.
in. Go on.
Very welcome, come on.
Lovely
And
seeing
this
you.
is-
Watch your head,
this
all
is
go on,
Margaret.
down ahead. Make yourselves at home. How long have you been living here?
81 years, and what are we in now? I was born on the 26th of January 1942 at 9:05
Yeah.
on a Monday morning.
Okay.
And I'm here since.
Here since, never left.
Born in the down below there. Do you want tea or coffee? What would you rather have? Or is there
Whatever's easiest.
Well, there's tea and coffee, so you tell me. Now there's milk and sugar is there.
Yep.
And there's nice dates here.
Oh, bless us. 5-star service.
Well, it's lovely to see you, and you're very welcome.
But you're kind of a celebrity, eh?
Yeah.
I see you're in newspapers.
Oh no, it's not hard to get into the newspaper. There's no exact dating on this house. It's reckoned to be in the late 200s. The reasonable valuation of the house is £10. It never changed when you get this up.
Okay.
And the insurance of the house, which was paid on the 24th of April, is £1,313.22.
A year? Wow, per year.
Is that because it has a thatched roof?
It's because it's a grade A listed building, it's because the fire's on the floor, it's because the chimney's low and the spark can go out in late, because the house is 200 plus and because I'm 80 plus.
Okay.
It's all to do with TMB, too many birthdays. And that's the problem. Come on, have something else. Have a piece of the boiled cake or a bit of banana bread or gingerbread. You know, take what you want. And make more tea yourselves there.
Yeah.
Help yourselves. My father was born in 18th September 1888 and his father bought it the year before from cousins who were emigrating to America. We never heard from them more. My father married a woman from the next parish, Bo Botta, Winifred McGrath. My father was Holy Well, so 2 different parishes. But anyway, my mother died when she was 48. That was a tragedy for us. Frida was second year boarding at Mount Lourdes and I was 10. So that created quite a hiccup, I can tell you, losing a young woman of that age, and my father was a lot older and full of arthritis like Misha is. So he was confined to bed for many, many years.
Did you ever think, I got electricity?
I looked after my father for all the years he was bedridden, and I managed the best, and I didn't see any reason to change. There wouldn't have been the money to do it, absolutely none, to do anything with the house, and I didn't have the will to do it. And I was so broken hearted after he died, I didn't get what happened. You know, I really didn't. I was 38.
Yeah.
So, no, I never had the will to change. Never, ever, ever. I loved my own
And
bed.
also later you thought, well, it's so fine like this.
Yeah, so fine. I never seen that, you know.
Yeah.
You know no different.
No.
Except in our house, you know, if the electricity's gone out.
Yes, what do you
We
do?
have to
That's
talk to each
different, you
other.
see. Yes, that's
Well, you have sun panels nowadays.
Eh?
There's sun panels nowadays, so
Yes,
It's
you can,
possible,
yes, you can,
yeah,
yes.
if
I
you-
got
yeah.
a solar charger for my phone, my £3.99 phone out of Tesco's.
Yes.
And in good weather that works brilliantly. But now I got a power bank. The neighbours, Dublin people, bought me a power bank, which was brilliant. So
Okay,
I can
good.
charge it. I mean, they charge it, and it does 12 months the charge,
Wow.
which is brilliant.
12
Absolutely
months,
brilliant.
okay.
Yes.
That's
No,
good.
there was never the will to do anything.
no.
Just wasn't, full stop. And there's my pot oven. It's badly cracked, as you can see, so I have a tin enamel plate in the bottom and foil on top. So we'll hang this on here to warm. I wouldn't be baking with a fire that size. It'd have to be at least 3 times that size of turf, no logs in it at all. I would make my mixture here. I usually marinate the fruit the night before in orange and Madagascan vanilla. I would make the mixture over the next morning, and I'd transfer it into my 9-inch tin. I'd put it in the oven. Now this would be all red hot at this stage. I'd put on the lid then. Now, I would then take my coals, which are things like that there, and I go right around the oven lid with those to make sure that the heat was evenly distributed. Right? I haven't coals because, as you see, I haven't enough turf on it. There's only a few turf on it. Okay? So it'd go round and then it would cook the same length of time as it take you to cook in an electric or gas oven.
Okay.
So that's the baking.
What about just ordinary cooking? Like that's just.
Yes, I do my dinner, yes. My favourite dinner is this pot oven here, and put in, I love potatoes. If I'd been round during the famine, they'd say I caused it. I put in a layer of potatoes, and then a layer of onions, and then carrots and parsnips, and layer it up right to the top, and put in a big I love butter. No cows, you know, would be safe for me for milk and butter. So I put a big blob of butter on it and hang it on the crook and leave it there until I'm ready. It'll be ready in an hour, but I'll take it when I'm ready. So that's the cooking, and I bring water from the spring well. well. I do fill the lamps with oil, paraffin oil, and
Oh yeah. It's expensive enough, no?
it is. It's
Yeah.
$4.99, $5.99. But Lord Brookborough brought me some after the Prince was here. They must have had a discussion about the price of oil, and
The Prince was
kept
here,
me
was he?
going
The
since
Prince
he
was
was.
here.
Prince Edward was here, yes.
Okay.
Gracious gentleman. The plates on the dresser, the brown and white, are first period Belleek.
We were at Belleek yesterday.
Why
Yeah.
Belleek? Is it
Belleek
Belleek? Belleek.
Yeah.
Symbol of Ireland, the round tower of Devonish, the harp, the Irish wolfhound, the symbol of the Irish army, the shamrock, and Belleek. They're over 150 years of age, the first
Wow.
period Belleek.
Yeah.
And the blue and white is Cornish ware,
Yeah.
and it's
And is that from the family?
my grandfather bought it, I'm
Okay.
sure. Because the ones he bought it off, James and Margaret McGee, they were emigrating,
So they
and
didn't need
they
it.
not at all.
Yeah. And what's the good side of it, living off the grid?
Oh, it's the solitude.
Yeah.
It's it shaped my future. It made me what I am. It's hard work. Unless you were born into it, you wouldn't have a hope of doing it. You know, carrying water, you know, humping bags of turf down.
Yeah.
A neighbour generously cuts the turf from me and saves them and brings them home, and I burn them, which I think is a fair deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, I'm at home here. I
Yeah.
love my own company. I can do crosswords. I'm never lonely.
I saw you've got a lot of books, so you love reading.
Yes, I do. I like reading, and I love my crosswords. I'm afraid of Alzheimer's or whatever. I'm sure I'll get it, but I love doing my crosswords, trying to keep the brain active. I like my baking. I go out to Enniskillen at least one day in the week to shop. I go to the village. I go to maths in the mornings, whatever days is on, and. I'm on two committees, the Parish Committee and Lakeland Community Care, and I love both of them. They're my favourite charities. And I'm just happy in who I am. I'm very happy with myself.
Yeah.
And accept whatever comes because I have to, because we all get a different cross to carry. And I'll carry it as long as I'm able.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Will you give us a song?
I'm an honest Irish labourer and I come from the county Clare. Once I had a farm there but nothing much to spare. But I had to sell me donkey, me famous billy goat, and with the money I received to Glasgow took the boat.